So, the Elimination Chamber just ended. I am still in shock that this guy, Austin Theory, took a F5 from the top of the Elimination Chamber pod all the way to the ground. I've already said enough on Twitter. Austin Theory is a star, and he's going to be WWE Champion this year. But this is not why I'm making the video. Not going to do Elimination Chamber review. I just wanted to watch it because it was just something I wanted to enjoy. I know I've been off for a while, but a lot of things happened personally. I'm making this video for this case, the WrestleMania main event. Now, I'm not one to say that I'm shy. Now, I'm not shy to say that I want a title for title match. I want Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns. Universal title versus WWE title. Title unification. Roman becoming the absolute god of professional wrestling. It seems perfect that way. But there's a lot of also very interesting substance behind the title for title match that is also connected as well. Tonight, Bobby Lashley got put in concussion protocol. Or this afternoon. He was put in concussion protocol because of the buckle bomb or the pod bomb that Seth Rollins did to Bobby Lashley, which knocked him out of the chamber match, which caused him not to return, and he would not be able to regain the WWE Championship. So, there is that for Bobby Lashley. Another case, there's also Seth Rollins in this as well. Seth has a gripe to the Universal title. He never lost clean to Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns may have lost, and Roman still kept his title, but Seth got a win by disqualification. So Seth has his claim. But it's also a claim for Bobby Lashley with Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins' case with Brock Lesnar. There's also more to the substance of Seth Rollins as well, and also Bobby Lashley. Let me explain Bobby Lashley's first when it comes to Roman Reigns. Bobby has always been a number 2 to Roman Reigns. In 2018, when he returned, Bobby may have got a win at Extreme Rules, but Roman Reigns got the number 1 contender win and won the Universal title in 2018. Because he defeated Bobby Lashley in the number 1 contender match. The same can be said for 2019. Shield reunites. Bobby is stuck in a feud with the Shield, with Drew and Baron Corbin. Bobby's beaten multiple times. 2020, same thing. When Bobby thinks he's going to get that massive super uber reaction and being the big guy in charge, Roman returns, bang. Wins the WWE title in 2021. Guess what? Roman Reigns is headlining WrestleMania with Daniel Bryan and Edge at WrestleMania Night 2. His match, better than Bobby's. Bobby Lashley holds on to the WWE title for a little bit. Roman Reigns is still the Universal Champion to this day. Bobby Lashley wins the WWE Championship at the Royal Rumble. All we talk about is Roman Reigns costing Brock Lesnar the WWE Championship. Now Bobby Lashley is sitting there. He has to be sitting there. He has to be knowing all of this. He has to understand, I've been sitting here for a long ass time, and Brock Lesnar has always been in my radar. But Roman Reigns has always been in my way. Since the day that I returned, Roman Reigns has been in my way. And I'm sick of it. I need to get my chance at him. I want my shot at Roman Reigns. And let's talk about Seth Rollins for a bit when it comes to Brock Lesnar. Something that I said on Twitter. Seth Rollins is the one person that can claim victory over Brock and Roman in a near 7 years span. Because 2015, Seth Rollins cashed in the Money in the Bank in the match with Roman and Brock and won the WWE Championship pinning Roman Reigns. Seth Rollins owes a victory over Brock Lesnar in 2 separate occasions. Actually, no, it's 2 separate occasions. I was thinking it's a 2015 Battleground. But no. Brock Lesnar won that match via disqualification. But, case may be, Brock and Seth had a match in 2015 at Battleground. Undertaker got involved. I'm not going to get into that much detail, but that rivalry continuing was absolutely phenomenal. Then, the return in 2016. Seth and Roman were supposed to have a match for the WWE Championship at Survivor Series. Seth Rollins blew out his knee. Returned at Extreme Rules. Pedigreed Roman Reigns. And another month later, Seth is a WWE Champion. Pinned Roman Reigns. Clean in the middle of the ring. Bang. But Dean Ambrose cashed in. Seth moved to Raw, along with Roman Reigns, along with Brock Lesnar. Their rivalry between Brock and Seth doesn't pick up until 2019. Seth wins the Royal Rumble. Seth faces Brock. Seth beats Brock. 1, 2, 3. 1 win. Once again, Seth has the upper hand over Brock Lesnar again at WrestleMania. Brock wins the Money in the Bank. Wins the Universal title back. But Seth gets his revenge. SummerSlam pins him clean one more time. There's such a connection with every last one of them. It is unbelievable how much story, how much passion, how much everything is connected within the universe of Seth Rollins, Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns, and Bobby Lashley. So my pitch is a fatal 4-way. Night 2, title. Winner take all. First one to get a pinfall or submission wins the titles. And there's a way that you can have all 4 of those guys in. Just like I mentioned. Seth has a grip with Roman Reigns. Seth has a gripe with Brock Lesnar. Seth has a gripe with Bobby Lashley, actually. Because Seth was supposed to have a one-on-one match with Big E for the WWE Championship. However, he never got that one chance because he had to face Brock. He had to face KO. He had to have the added Brock Lesnar in the day one. And unfortunately, Seth never got his one-on-one chance at the WWE Championship, which is another thing you can add into this. It is so crazy how this all ties in into such a small ball that is expanded for years, dating back to 2015, continued in 2016, in the 17, in the 18, in 19, in 20, in 21, and now in 22, 8 years later. Wait a minute, no, 2022, no, 7 years. But, I did the math, it was almost 8. Whatever. Forget it. Forget that. That sucks. It's all crazy. And I love it. The main event is still up in the air. For sure. But it doesn't have to be. Because, there's so many ways that they can go with this. And a lot of people right now don't like the idea of Brock versus Roman. This has been the penciled in thing for a year. For at least a year. Ever since Brock's return at SummerSlam. This has been the go-to. And you guys have cheered that on. Time after time after time. You have yourself to blame. But you don't have to think of it as, it's just going to be Brock Roman. No, it's so much more that it can be and most possibly will be. I've always been one to say, hey, maybe you can do a triple threat with Seth, Brock, and Roman. Their story intertwined since WrestleMania 31. Now you add Bobby Lashley to this. You can not only make this Brock, Bobby, Seth, Roman, night 1. You can also do a fatal 4-way. Night 2, main event. Seth gets the biggest match of his career. Gets to work the biggest angle in the history of WWE. Bobby Lashley as well gets to work the biggest angle of his career with the 2 top guys. And there's a way that this can all work out. Roman can become the god of professional wrestling. Brock Lesnar can still claim to be the beast of all species in all of all the sports with a win. Bobby Lashley can somehow still show that he's the most dominant figure in all of wrestling if he wins. And then Seth Rollins somehow can still play that game of I'm the most smart, articulate, and notable person in all of professional wrestling because he knows how to work so many things into one, collect it into the ball, and seal the deal. Steal the moment away from three guys that have always been linked to greatness, but at the same time, there's always one person that gets in the way. That one person is Seth Rollins, and he's right now sitting as an outlier outside of WrestleMania because who knows what Seth is going to do. There's a lot of things that Seth can honestly do. He can have a one-on-one match. He can turn face and face Kevin Owens. He can work an Intercontinental title feud. He can work a United States title feud. He can be in the tag team picture. He can do anything legend-wise. But this feels right if he works this main event picture. If he works this main event angle and have him win and say, hey, I not only got one up on Bobby, I not only still got one up on Brock Lesnar, I also got one up again on Roman Reigns. All three of them on the biggest stage with all the gold. Imagine the character work that could be involved with Seth Rollins if he holds both titles. Imagine all the character work, period, for either Brock, Bobby, or Roman. Especially Roman right now with the role that he has been on for the last nearly 2 years. All I'm saying is this. No matter your opinion on what the main event is right now, you cannot deny there's so much that this company can do. And to keep your excitement, to keep your questioning at an all-time high. I'm ready for WrestleMania. I'm so hyped for WrestleMania. I'm so hyped to watch the next 6 weeks of professional wrestling and sports entertainment for a long time. Up until April 2nd and April 3rd to see where they go. If they don't go that direction with the Fatal 4-Way or a triple threat or a night 1, night 2 match with Universal and WWE title match or 2 night 1 big matches or go with that and go with the title for title Brock Roman, that is completely fine. I do not have a single problem with it because I've been ready for that match to be featured on my screen for a long time. This has the makings of being one of the best WrestleMania build-ups of all time. It all comes down to execution. It all comes down to participation. Because you guys are going to react. The fans are going to react. It's just a matter of who are you going to react to? And what are you going to react to? And the way that you react. Because you're going to cheer for Brock. You're going to cheer for Roman. But you're also going to understand that you're giving them the green light. So, do what you did in 2014. Do what you did, say 2013. Do what you did for Daniel Bryan. Do what you did for AJ Styles. Do what you did for everybody. Support who you support. Because I'm going to stick with my own intuition. And I'm going to stick with my thoughts. And I'm going to keep that as simple as that. Fatal 4-Way sounds like the best thing to do. But if they don't, it's fine with me.